Right now, there is a massive, invisible heist happening across the globe. Rogue nations and hacker syndicates are quietly intercepting massive rivers of data. They are taking classified government communications, corporate trade secrets, financial ledgers, and even blockchain protocols like Bitcoin. Today, this stolen data is completely useless to them. To any modern supercomputer, these files appear as randomized, encrypted noise. This has created a strategy called harvest now, decrypt later. Malicious actors are hoarding this encrypted noise in massive data centers, waiting for a machine powerful enough to solve the mathematical problems shielding our information. Once a fault-tolerant quantum computer is powered up, it runs algorithms resolving those petabytes of noise into clear text in hours. To understand when this catastrophic digital collapse, known as Q-Day, will strike, we must look at the specific physics of the weapon they are building. We have reached the physical limits of traditional silicon. Transistors rely on zeros and ones, but reality is built on particles that act like waves. In 1981, Richard Feynman realized that to simulate real nature, the interactions of atoms and complex chemistry, we need a machine that speaks the same subatomic language. He argued that to model a quantum universe, you need a computer that operates on those exact same rules. Modern computers speak in binary bits, like a coin sitting on a table, showing a 0 or a 1. A quantum bit uses superposition. While spinning, it exists mathematically as a fluid combination of both states at the same time. This doubling effect quickly spirals. A quantum computer with just 50 stable qubits can represent more information than the most powerful supercomputer on Earth. At 300 perfect qubits, it simultaneously represents more states than there are atoms in the observable universe. A processor of this scale allows us to map the subatomic interactions of matter with absolute precision, providing a level of memory that physically cannot be matched by any machine made of silicon. But the delicate subatomic fabric that makes these machines so powerful also makes them incredibly fragile. Any outside interaction causes the qubit to crash. A stray photon, a passing Wi-Fi signal, or a microscopic temperature change triggers what physics calls decoherence. The quantum magic vanishes, and the machine becomes useless. To maintain superposition, companies like IBM must create artificial environments that are more extreme than anything found in nature. This structure is a dilution refrigerator. It uses helium isotopes to cool the quantum chip down to 15 millikelvin. To put that in perspective, deep interstellar space sits at about 2.7 Kelvin. These chips are kept hundreds of times colder than the vacuum of the outer universe. This is the great engineering paradox. Building a machine that can simulate the universe requires us to completely isolate it from the physical forces of that universe. Even in these freezers, cosmic rays from deep space can still strike the chip and ruin a calculation. Scientists are currently attempting to solve this by writing error correction codes, grouping hundreds of flawed physical qubits together. This grouping creates a single, reliable, logical qubit. This ongoing battle to stabilize these parts is the primary obstacle standing between us and Q-Day. When we successfully bridge this gap, we will gain the ability to simulate molecular biology at an atomic level. Because these machines speak the same language as nature, they can model protein folding and drug interactions that are too complex for classical math, allowing researchers to identify candidate molecules for new medicines in a fraction of the current time. But that same ability to process complex patterns will also be applied to the massive, unreadable data hoards being gathered right now. We are currently in a race to quantum-proof our digital infrastructure before our stolen history is made readable. Every day that passes without new encryption standards adds another layer of data that will belong to whoever powers up the first fault-tolerant machine.